Moving on. This one's from Desperately Want to Visit Cybertron and Meet Bumblebee. Bit of a mouthful. Questions for Keegan. What do you smell like?
Smell?
Do you get scared on the battlefield? And would you miss me?
Wait, do I know you?
Looks like you've got yourself a secret admirer.
I'd say I probably smell like gunpowder and sweat most days.
That's everyone here. Gunpowder, sweat, and questionable life choices.
Fair point. As for fear, everyone feels it. It's what you do with it that matters. And miss you? I don't even know who you are, but sure, why not?
You sure there's not some secret girlfriend you're not telling us about?
Please, don't start.
All right. Next question's anonymous. They're asking, Koenig, can you lift me up? And they even threw in one of those puppy dog eye emojis.
Oh, absolutely.
Jesus, why
I
so
can
loud?
lift pretty much anyone. You're probably lighter than my gear, to be honest.
Here we go.
I just saw you were
Still
about
don't
to fall
see the
asleep.
point of
I've
these
got a mask and
questions.
shades on.
Like we're some
How the fuck
Hollywood
can you
stars or
tell?
something.
So, it's easy when you're, well, me. Once I had two grown men, one under each arm. Then I decided to toss them both over my shoulders like sacks of potatoes.
Stop.
It's just a fun little talent I have. So yes, I can lift you.
Next up, another anonymous one. They ask, Koenig, does being that tall ever get annoying? And do you ever get tired of being an Austrian doorframe?
Believe me, tall people have more problems than short ones. I'm always hitting my head on door frames, squeezing through tight spaces. Cars, planes, anything I have to sit in. Absolute nightmare.
Not much of an economy class guy, eh?
Yeah. My knees practically become part of my chest in those seats. And, you know, being this size puts a lot of strain on the heart and joints. Knees are always a problem. So yes, sometimes I do get tired of being a walking doorframe. But it has its perks. Nobody messes with the Austrian doorframe. And I don't mind picking up soap with one hand now and then.
If your knees are such a problem, maybe don't jump on people when you're taking them down. What's the bloody point of that?
Oh, you mean that Russian arms dealer last time? The look on his face practically begged me to jump on him. It was like he was saying, "Hey, step on me to kill me. Wink, wink."
He once did a side flip before taking a shot. No reason at all.
To be fair, Ghost pulls off dramatic moves sometimes too. Don't give me that look, LT. Alright, here's an anonymous one. What? Bloody hell.
What, creepy question again?
How do high-intensity operators like you deal with physiological needs? I heard Ghost doesn't date. Does he, take care of things himself? What about the rest of you?
Next question.
None of your business.
Not something I care to discuss. It's personal.
I'd rather provide a princess experience than talk about this openly.
Right. Yeah. Pretty sure I don't want to hear what these guys have to say about it anyway.
Well, I don't mind sharing. I indulge when the opportunity presents itself, you know. It's healthy. What, need details?
Next question.
I'm just wondering how you're so indulgent when you won't let anyone touch your hands or ears.
That's different. Those are boundaries.
All right. Here's one for all of us. If you met the love of your life, how would it change you? Would you act differently?
Not applicable. I don't date.
Not something I think about. I'm too old and too boring for romance.
I don't have a heart.
You lot are a bunch of pessimists, aren't you? I'd say I'd make her laugh. Keep things light, you know? Full-on effort.
I agree with that. I'd make sure she lives like a queen.
Yeah. Why's everyone acting like love's some kind of death sentence?
Maybe our big guy here isn't as cynical?
I don't think it's very likely, but if it did happen, I'd make sure they were mine. Completely mine. I'd maybe even find a way to keep them somewhere only I can reach. Somewhere safe. Because for someone like me, they'd have to be in a place where I knew nothing could ever hurt them or take them away.
If you're talking about a table, I won't argue.
Clearly not limited to just tables.
Fucking creepy. Next one's from Magic Fairy Blade. They're asking, how much does everyone make? You don't just ask a man about his salary. Let's say it's enough to cover a round of pints for the lads, and still have some left for a decent holiday.
Classified. But more than enough to keep my gear up to date and my account cozy.
Comfortable enough. Couldn't tell you the exact numbers, but I'm not starving.
Enough to have left my old life behind. Let's put it that way.
I get paid by the job. My rate's high for a reason.
Enough to support my hobbies. By the way, does taking the enemy's wallet count as payment?
Why
Of
not?
course it does.
Next question. This one's from Marsmoke. They're asking, Koenig, you're Mr. Fluffykins. Did you make it yourself or buy it? Also, what is that yellow liquid it spits out? I'm so curious. And how about a ranking of everyone's drinking capacity? I heard Soap gets loud when he's tipsy. How the hell do you know that? But what about the rest?
Oh, you mean this? My little friend. No, I found this beauty in a store. It just spoke to me, you know? But about the yellow liquid... Wait, what yellow liquid?
You carry that thing around?
Yeah, why?
Never figured you for a plush toy guy, Koenig. Trying to soften up that scary look of yours?
Does that actually work?
Who said I like plush toys? I just like unique things. Look! This one's wooden. Who could say no to that? Soap, what do you think?
Me again.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think that thing looks like it survived 3 world wars and eats radioactive waste for breakfast.
So cute.
Disgusting.
I'm going to rip out your throat!
Forget that dog shit-born freak show.
Haircut's
Back
the
to the
real dog
question
shit.
about the drinking. I'll admit, I get a bit loud, but at least I'm a fun drunk.
Only if you're not pounding on my door, Johnny.
Not everyone can stay as bloody composed as you while pissed, LT.
I'm disciplined with it. Never overdo it. Couple of beers and I'm fine. Not much more than that.
I've got quite a bit of tolerance. The military changes your limits.
I've got a surprisingly high tolerance too. But sometimes I like to pretend I'm drunk, just to mess with people.
I knew you were faking it last time.
Which time? When I sprayed whipped cream in your boots? Or when I painted your camo gear solid green?
The fuck?
I can drink any of these fools under the table if I wanted, though I'd prefer to stay in control.
Because if you lose control, you're a full-on psycho.
You've got no room to call anyone else a psycho, Koenig.
I'm not psycho. I'm just unique, cutie.
What did you just... Right. Moving on. Next one.
Wait, I've got a video that answers this perfectly. I recorded all of you drunk. You're welcome.
We drank together. When?
We didn't. Last time you guys had drinks to celebrate after the joint op, right? I got a call from Koenig with a heads up. If I pass out, make sure I get back to my place. Wait, where's my phone? Oh, here it is. Said it'd save him from waking up and strangers asking if he was okay. When I arrived, you lot looked insane. Had to record it.
Ghost!
They said I couldn't
respect
be a
you so
sniper.
much, LT.
Then why
I
did
really
pop
do.
your head from 10 miles away, huh?
Just like you.
Ah!
You're my best friend, you know.
Having fun yet?
Brother, you're amazing, mate. Just amazing.
Leck
Remember
mich,
Mexico?
Krüger. Warum wickelst du immer dieses
that was
Scheißtuch um dein
fucking wild.
Hundegesicht, du Idiot?
Why aren't you saying
verbrenne dein
anything? Why
dämliches
are you
T-Shirt,
always
du
so
Scheißkopf.
quiet? We've got enough silence here with Keegan. Right. Keegan, you
You little
awake.
shit.
Bastard's passed out, isn't he?
So,
I was
Koenig,
hoping he'd let
heading
loose,
home,
you know?
or should I leave you here to reign as
Hell,
king of
Johnny.
chaos?
Shut your mouth, Bagel.Tiger. I rule here. Wait. Are you filming me?
Next question.
No wonder I woke up covered in cuts.
This one's from Southern
What do you
Tangerine.
mean, funny?
They're asking, Keegan, what are your thoughts on marriage and love? And how do you feel about the idea of a soulmate?
Another personal one, huh? Marriage. It's a commitment, not something you rush into. I guess it's for some people, but not really something I've thought much about. I mean, we live a life where tomorrow's not guaranteed, so putting that kind of pressure on yourself seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for soulmates, I think it's more about compatibility. Someone who gets you and sticks around when things get tough. If I ever found someone who could put up with my lifestyle, maybe I'd consider it. But until then, I'm just fine on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ich will schlafen.
How many questions are left? I want out.
Not many. Oh, here's one that just came in. Keegan, they're asking you to say something in Spanish. They think it's sexy. Sexy?
¿De verdad quieres escuchar esto? Bueno, puedo decir algo, pero no sé si es lo que esperabas.
Wait, what's he saying?
I said, do you really want to hear this? Okay, I can say something, but I don't know if it's what you expected.
How do you say, I can crush a watermelon with my thighs in Spanish?
puedo aplastar una sandía con mis muslos.
How about duck, black olive pizza, and Harangui's ass?
Pato, pizza de aceitunas negras. Y el trasero de Horangui.
How do you say, Soap blew out 57 candles with his nose just to celebrate Ghost's birthday?
Ghost is 57. Bloody hell.
Of course, Johnny. Blowing out 57 candles is definitely the issue.
Can we move on now?